The lines have been drawn in the sand. All the talking is done. It's time for the big game tomorrow. Welcome to the weekend. Oh, that's the wrong one.
On screen.
Every time, man, without fail. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are, whatever time of day you're watching this. Hope you're well, and welcome to the preview, the quick live preview. Just for the ethnic minorities tonight, man. It's me and Ez. It's me and Ez, man. I'm ready for this, man. I am ready for this. I've shaven my head off, ready for war, man. I've been beefing up with Lawless and Nikki from West Ham Fan TV all day. Yeah. I'm gonna have like the war paint ready on the stream tomorrow and everything, yeah. I've gone from being like whatever for this game to now this is personal. This is personal, Ez, man. We gotta win this. We gotta
We
win
have,
this.
yeah. I think you put us in a position where we have to
That's
win
it,
this.
man. I've drawn the lines in the sand, man.
You've upset the whole of the West Ham fan base, mate. But that's what it's all about, mate. But I think they're really shitting themselves for tomorrow, mate. For them, it's like the biggest game of the season so far. I've heard so many comments saying the same thing. So I think they're under a lot of pressure, and
Yeah,
hopefully
man.
we can take advantage of that, mate. But just to answer some of the guys in the chat, say hello to
I'm
everyone. But yeah,
underwater. Wait, hold on, Ez.
are
We'll
you
say hi
good?
to the guy. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, yeah, you sound fine from my end, mate.
Am I good, guys and girls in the chat? Am I good? Let's say hello to them. Let's say hello to them. Jazz is in here saying Deadwood to score. They are scared of him. Lawless yesterday left me speechless when he said Deadwood was the one he was worried about, man.
I spat my
Uh,
tea out when he said that. I thought he was gonna say Brennan because he wasn't bigging up MG Dubs. So I thought he was gonna say Brennan, and as soon as he said Wood, I'm sure I spat my
I
tea.
was like, you know what? I thought well with him. Guys in the chat, how do you think it went yesterday? Yeah? But it was like when he said Wood, I had no answer back. I was like, really, Wood? Phil saying Woody Woodpecker to slip one in late second half cross from Johnson. I mean, we got Johnson and Wood up front, man. There's so many memes in that. And Chris saying overdue a Samba goal, says Chris. Chris, where you living? Stoney saying my family just mentioned Zorro. I was burst out laughing. If Will is in here, by the way, Will, it did not go unnoticed when we had Sarah on. I saw your messages, Will. I saw your messages. You
Trying to
and your
sneak him
jag.
in, wasn't he?
Uh,
Okay. Yeah, he bought me a little gift when we were there as well. There's a Zorro sauce basically, and he says, yeah, he's gonna bring it to the barbecue with him. I'm gonna spray it in his head.
Chris is saying, I dread that if one of the grandkids mentioned it, I'd probably lose my marbles. If you know, you know. Only the members know. Only the members know. Martin's in here just watching Fulham Wolves. Wolves look like Barcelona. Why did we make Fulham look so good? We need to sort this out. It's really annoying. Bro, I've been watching the first half and Martin is spot on, man.
You said the same
Like,
thing, didn't you?
yeah, I thought Fulham were like a good team, man, and Wolves are like destroying them. It's like, what's going on? That's what makes me worry about tomorrow, is this bloody away form. It just it just nags in the back of my mind, man. And it's Cooper's been asked about it all week. Surely the players are aware of it, man. Does it cause that like negative mindset, do you think, thinking about this away form, or do you think Cooper can get it out of them?
Well, he said that they don't approach it any differently, whether it's a home game or away game. But from our point of view, it looks different each time, doesn't it? It looks like we're hesitant, we don't have enough faith in whether it's the process or ourselves. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely a stumbling block with these away games. And
Mm.
we talked about it a few weeks ago in terms of what we need for the rest of the season. And I kind of said then that I think we'll only get probably one more away win all season, and it
Don't
might be
say
enough.
that, man.
I know it might be. I know because I put it down for the Liverpool game, so not for tomorrow anyway. But I think we only need one more away win this season, and that might even be enough, just because of our home record has been so reliable. But tomorrow is a game for me that if we do win, it takes a hell of a lot of pressure off us. And so surely psychologically, that's what the players will be looking at. So whether it is something in their minds that's affecting the away performances. I'm not sure, but Cooper says they don't approach it any differently, but it looks like they do. So it doesn't tally up what he's saying to me for me.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Let's say hello to the other Sharkies in the house. How are you, buddy? Adam NFFC, bro. I don't know if you're still in hospital watching, but if you are, bro, he's got an infection in his leg now, and sending you the love, bro, and hope you're okay. And as well, we got a shout out. I'm sure a lot of you are asking about Forest, and you haven't seen him for a while. I can confirm he has left No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
What a way to break it.
He's out on his feet. He is ill, the poor. The big man is down and out. He is sick as a dog. So, and I know you'll be watching at some point. Much love from us as well. And to anyone who's feeling sick as well, much love to you. Miski saying, I feel another 3 points coming on. Come on, you Reds. Guys, who's going to win this one, man? Who's going to win this one? Sizer there, Wolverine looks like he's joined the firm. Bro, I've gone all Millwall, yeah? I'm all Millwall now, yeah? I'm at that level against West Ham. I've gone all Millwall. I got my freaking, Asbo hoodie ready to go on and everything, man. I've got the cut and everything.
And just to get some comments in the chat, guys, what do you think Wolverine's missus thought of his haircut? Put a happy face or a smiley face, a happy one or a sad one, depending on what you think her reaction was to his
Mate,
haircut.
you should have seen my daughter. She was like, Daddy. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Did your hair fall out? And I was like, should we go cut yours? No! Ethan said, I was listening to some West Ham fans and they said we have a chance tomorrow. They're crapping themselves as well. They are. Frankie, come on, you Reds. How are you, bud? Martin's in here as well. Mate, The Firm. Do you know, The Firm's such a good film as well. I do like that film.
I haven't seen that for 8 years. I remember it, yeah. Is that who's in that one?
Tom Cruise. It's Tom Cruise, isn't it? Wait, was that one?
Yes, I think you're right. But we're going back 90s movie, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't that where his missus goes all crazy and she slits her throat or something? Is that the one?
No, I don't remember that bit from it. It's about a lawyer's firm, isn't it?
Wait, is that the one? No, wait, there's two, right? There's that one and The Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate.
That's Keanu Reeves, where he ends up with Al Pacino. Now, The Firm is the one with Tom Cruise.
Yeah. We're going back to the 90s, but it's
no. He gets the job, but then he has to like double it up with the FBI and stuff. Yeah, it was a good film. Yeah. Yes, I've had a haircut literally an hour ago. I was like, it's wartime, man. It's wartime. You hammered him, says Martin. You're damn right I did, man. And they're still trying to give me shit on Twitter. You lot should see the tweets back and forth between me, Lawless, and Nikki, man. It's like, you know the one? I'll come back to the comments. The one that cracked me up, was when Nikki from West Ham TV, he was like, well, you've been away for 23 years. Yeah, a lot's changed in the Premier League. And I'm like, yeah, a lot has changed, mate, but not your goddamn trophy cabinet. It's still empty. And he's like, we're still better and all this blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what have you won lately? And he actually said, well, we got to the semi-finals of the Europa last year and finished 7th. So I was like, so again, what have you won? You won nothing, man. Is that going on your honours freaking board there? Semi-finals of the Europa, man. Crazy, man.
Trying to say last time we were relevant, the Spice Girls were #1 or something like that.
Yeah, he said that. That was quite a good line. Hey, Martin, good to see you. Carl, good to see you. Yates, there is talks that Yatesy might be starting. I'm not convinced. Wolfie needs a polish, mate. I'm polished up, mate. I was going to go 0, but I thought, nah. Ethan saying, you look so weird without hair. You lot, like, you're showing how long you've been watching for. This was my summer haircut, man. This was my summer haircut. Yeah. Oh my God, they're all at it. Short saying, what's happened to your head? I'm ready for war. The contrast between the interview with Clapson and the one yesterday. Frankie, you got to see both sides of me, innit, man? You saw my work side with Sarah. That's what I'm like at work, all geeky and stuff. And then you saw the yobbo in me yesterday, man. Bro, on this point, what Paul raises, do you think Scarpini will start, man? And what do you guys in the chat think? Will Scarpa start?
Yeah, I was one of your streams the
Wait,
other day. I
before
was
you
saying,
answer that, Ez,
go on,
there's
you're
over
doing the
100 in
dance on
here
that.
and 30 likes, man.
Oh,
There's
guys,
30
what are you
likes. Hit
saying
the
that?
like button, guys. Stop flapping around, yeah, or I will go and put my wig back on. Yeah. Scarpa, start or not for you, Ez? And you guys in the chat, yes or no?
I'm having withdrawal symptoms, mate. It's been too long. I
Mm.
expected to see him come on as a sub in the last game, and it never happened. And he was stripping off. He was already like down to his shorts and his vest, ready to come on. But Cooper just didn't give him the nod. I was really anticipating it. But yeah, no, for me, and we'll go on to the formations and stuff later on. I don't think he'll start with Wood tomorrow, although some people think it's probably a weapon to use against him. But Scarpa, I think he needs to come back into the first team lineup because we see things from him that some of the others can't
Yeah.
or haven't offered us so
Yeah.
far. So I think it's itching for him to play tomorrow. They've got some talent, but we've got some real talent as well. And that front three, Scarpa, MG Dub, and Jono would scare the shit out of anybody. So I'm ready to see Scarpa
Do you
back
go
in
and
it.
false nine? You go and false
I'm going
nine now?
false nine tomorrow, yeah.
Interested. Number 8, morning from New Zealand, Chris Wood for a hat trick. I mean, I gotta say, right? Like, I thought I held my own against Lawless quite well yesterday. I mean, it wasn't hard. He's a West Ham fan. But when he said Chris Wood, and just coming back to number 8 dog here, I was, like you said, when we talked about it, man, you spat your tea out, didn't you? It's like, of all the players he could be picked to be afraid of, yeah, it was Chris Wood, man. And I was like, bloody hell. Do you think you think he's bench, maybe impact sub again?
But going on, because of what he said yesterday, made me think, well, it does happen that certain players just
Yeah.
have a knack of scoring against certain
that
teams.
is true. Yeah.
Yeah, and Cooper may play on that and may even use that as a starting formation. Just don't know how it's going to work, and we'll go on to it further when we're looking at, because I want to have a look at the next 2 fixtures, because I genuinely think positive results in these next 2 could basically say would be for me a safe, and anything else after that will be a bonus. But we'll get on to the Everton game as well. I think there's a possibility he does start Wood tomorrow purely because of that record he's got against West Ham, and they're clearly scared of him. They put, as I alluded to earlier, they put so much pressure on this game tomorrow. A lot of them want Moyes out, win, lose or draw. You know, they don't care, and they're thinking unless it's like a 4-5-0 win, which is not gonna be for them, then Moyes needs to go regardless. Even if they beat us 1-0 or 2-0, they don't think it's good enough.
What the hell just happened?
I don't know.
Oh my! What the hell did you press, bro?
Are you?
We're good. Okay.
Yeah. So they put so much pressure on themselves on tomorrow's game, and even like I say, even David Moyes came out and said it's a must-win in their press conference today.
Mate, he's a bellend, mate. I'm sorry, but he is right. He called us Notts Forest, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad enough Lawless doing that yesterday, yeah? But then he's so deluded that he seems to think that was the first game of the season. To the point where I had to go and check the fixtures, because I'm thinking, we played Newcastle first. Surely they didn't have some, bye already in that first week. And they'd gone and lost, I think it was to Man City in the first game of the season. So I'm thinking, what kind of deluded idiot is he, man? You know, and it's like, Notts Forest and first game of the season? What the actual hell?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it threw me as well because I was sure. I mean, I was thinking maybe they had a Europa League qualifier where they had to miss out the first league game
Europa
of
Conference, mate. Get it right. Europa
Sorry,
Conference.
conference. But you're right. They played Man City first game of the season, so I don't know why he's kind of got a mental block for that first game, and he puts us down as the first challenge of the season. But obviously, we won that game. But they're going on about how unlucky they were and hitting the post and missing a penalty. It wasn't a missed penalty; it was a saved penalty. I hate when people don't make that distinction.
That's true.
They don't make that distinction. They said that about the Kane one as well. It was saved, mate. It was saved by a very good goalkeeper. So at least give him that credit. But yeah, they're bemoaning their luck for that game. But going back
Mate,
to
they were lucky to not lose by more. That'll piss them off. But I like this question from Sai. He says, "Are you guys more nervous about this game or last week's?" For me, mate, I would say I'm more nervous about this one because everyone says they hate saying free hit, and I hate that people say they hate saying a free hit on top of the hate of the term of a free hit. But in a way, and you know what I'm saying? It was like, all right, if we could get anything out of last week, it was a bonus. This one for me, I don't want to see Cooper go low block. I don't, because everyone knows, be you a Forest fan or be you a West Ham fan, that if we score that first goal, that place is gonna turn into, toxic city, man. It really is. They're all gonna turn into Millwall fans. And I just think, like, we got to get at them. We've really got to get at them. And if we do, they're in big trouble, man.
yeah,
But can you see Cooper doing that?
well, this is what my thinking is, and this is why I bring in the two games into it. And he's right. I mean, last week, from a fan's point of view, we weren't nervous going in that because we kind of like thought, you know what, if we get anything out of it, it's a bonus, and we did get something out of it. From a fan's point of view, there is a few more nerves on tomorrow's game. But taking the two games into consideration, and I'd like to ask the chat this question: if you could only guarantee a win from one of these two games coming up, and obviously I'm talking about West Ham tomorrow and Everton next week, which one do you think is psychologically the most important to win? Because for me, it's tomorrow. If we can beat Everton. If we can beat West Ham, sorry, that puts them right in the trouble, and it gets us an 8 point gap.
Yeah. Should we put a poll up on it?
I think we should, because that's where I'm going with these two games. Because I think if he only can win one of them, and he's going to put his best players out or save one, if he has to save players or whatever, tomorrow is a game for me that I think winning that game. I'm not saying it's a must-win game for us, but I'm saying winning that game would have far bigger implications than beating Everton next week.
Put the poll up. Just very quickly, Sharky, it's a good point. I didn't get time to do the Predictor League. Apologies. I was there, shaving all my, gallons of hair off. So apologies, I didn't get a chance. I had to spend a couple of hours with the kids as well, helping them with homework and crap. So yeah, make sure you've got your predictors in. We'll pick it back up next week, so apologies. Raza, good to see you as well, bro. There's so many comments coming in. I'm trying my best to bring them up, because tonight's stream is a chill out stream for an hour or so. We're going to talk millionaires, but I want to kind of more interact with your comments, ask us your questions. Get your poll in. Get your votes in on the poll. I got wood on the mind again, man. So I'm trying. You guys are just crazy with the amount of comments you got going in, and I'm still disappointed with those likes, ladies and gents. So get them up. James is saying West Ham's more important. So is Tricky Mickey. Red Dog saying West Ham deserve to lose tomorrow even more now. Moyes said not N Forest. Yeah, I'm not going to say the N word about 3 times. I reckon he's doing it on purpose, man. I think he's doing it on purpose. Stoney saying psychologically tomorrow because of the away thing. However, Everton ground reaction will be spicy. Sort your auto predict out, bro. Frankie's saying, are we allowed a point tomorrow and a win at Everton? If I had to pick, I'd do it the other way around, to be honest. I'd rather win at Everton and win at West Ham and draw at Everton. That would be the way for me. What were you saying, is? I mean, ideally, obviously, we want 2 wins, but... Yeah,
ideally we want 2 wins, but I just think psychologically, Frankie, and that's the point I'm getting at, if we beat West Ham tomorrow, they're really in the trouble. They're really in the mire. Everton, I think, might escape it. I think they just about time. I still don't think they timed the managerial appointment right, because you basically didn't give him any of a January transfer window to sign any players. But I do think he's a good enough manager to do enough to keep them above that dotted line, which for me means then I'm still sticking with Southampton to go down and Bournemouth to go down. Then it's either West Ham or another. I think more chance of West Ham going down than Everton. And I looked at a video earlier, and they were lining up the stats for the last time they got relegated, which was under Avram Grant, and their stats at this stage of the season. And after 23 games, they were on the same
amount of points.
They ended up getting relegated that season.
Yeah,
So
I saw that video for it. Shout them out, to be honest. I love those
yeah,
boys.
we'll
Yeah,
shout them out. West Ham TV guys.
yeah, I gotta shout them out, right? Because as much abuse as I've been given back and forth to them today on Twitter, I love that shit, man. That's
Yeah,
how football matches should be. Yeah, you still shake
yeah.
hands at the end of it. You take the piss out of each other, but it's just more fun like that. Legend is Red. Hello, sorry I've not been on lately. Busy sorting things out, bro. You do what you got to
Oh,
do.
bless
It's
you,
good
man.
to have
Love
you
you on.
on board. We got Andrew Simpson in here. Evening, guys. 2-1 Forest. I mean, 2-1 would be fantastic, man.
Amazing.
Can Fulham score already in it, Oscar? Fulham are just doing it to troll us, man. And Adam's saying we need to win tomorrow and then draw against Everton. Then West Ham are in big trouble. Do we want a Leeds Southampton draw? I think we do, Ez, don't we? If we beat West Ham and they draw, that's it. We're 8 points clear. Get the party streams out. Get the fireworks out. Start planning the away trips for next season, as far as I'm concerned. That's how big this one is, man.
Yeah, for me, I mean, and just to finish off my point about, so I said Southampton and Bournemouth, I'm condemning them anyway,
Yeah.
even if Bournemouth have dragged themselves out of it temporarily. Their run of games coming up, and we will do a show possibly at some point next week, basically looking at our next 5 or 6 fixtures and the teams around us as well, and comparing and seeing where we might. Just another predictor league type thing, to be honest, and we'll have a look at that.
Well, we'll do a bit of it tonight. We'll talk verbally through the matches, and then I'm
Yeah.
sure Omar will set something up for us
Yeah,
next
absolutely.
week. But we really are in the crunch point of the season now, aren't we, mate? Because, look, I don't want to talk about it, but we kind of need to. Because the flip side of this is, if we lose tomorrow and then lose to Everton, yeah, put the fireworks away, put the party streamers away, man, we're in trouble. This is why this is big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I genuinely think we've got enough to get the required amount of points out of these next games. But you're right, we got to talk about it. If the worst happens, we're in the shit. We're in that relegation dogfight with the rest of them. And the other 2 teams I was going to add to the Bournemouth and Southampton was West Ham and Leeds, because every chance of them 2 being dragged into it. We want to get away from that. But you're right. If it goes the other way around, mate, we're right in the middle of it, and then we've got to really look at what we can get out of the games that we've got to rest throughout the rest of the season, because we've got some big games coming up, huge teams coming to the City ground as well. It's certainly not over. So this buffer that we could potentially get from these next 2 games could see us safe psychologically.
Yeah.
If it goes the other way, we're right in it.
Well, just before we do that, what is it with Forest fans, man? Have you lot been treated by the medical staff, man? Ethan saying, I feel really bad I missed the party stream because I ended up in hospital after the Leeds game. It feels like I've let you all down and you're hard work. You have not, man. I hope you're all right, man. But please stay away from the Forest medical team, man. I hope they didn't get their hands on you, buddy. I'm joking. If anyone from the club is watching, they already hate us as it is. We're just joking. We're just joking. Let's just talk this through, right? And the poll, 73% is saying that the West Ham game is more important than the Everton game. I kind of agree with that. The Everton game will be more important once we get to the Everton game. But the win is huge. But let's just be negative for a minute, as the other YouTube channels accuse us of. If Everton were to beat Villa tomorrow, I'm not convinced they will, but let's assume they do. Everton will go to 24 points, okay? That will put them 1 point behind us. And if we lose to West Ham tomorrow, and then we lose to Everton, potentially Everton will be ahead of us, man. That's the ramifications. But I've never felt like a result is going to swing something so big, this big, man. Potentially tomorrow we're either 2 points ahead of West Ham, we're 5 points ahead of West Ham, or we're 8 points ahead of West Ham. It's literally crazy, man.
It's that proverbial 6-pointer, innit? And it makes you understand what that term means, as you, excuse me, as you did mention in one of your videos earlier. But it's massive, and it's massive on top of the fact that what we could do is do a double over West Ham. We beat them, in my opinion, more than deservedly at home. It was the best. Up until Saturday gone, it was the best atmosphere of the season. Obviously, it was the first home game in the Premier League for 23 years, and I'll never forget that day for all the right reasons, and obviously the result helped that as well. But the pressure is on them more than us. I won't try and pile more pressure on ourselves, but the difference that it could make, a win makes to losing tomorrow. Even a draw is not too bad a result for us. It's an awful result for them, but a win does so much more for us. And
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
I just put more. I just put. Obviously, Cooper will always say we only look at the next game going forward. We know that's bullshit. He looks at
Yeah.
like any good chess player.
Yes. Fulham have scored. Fulham have
Yeah.
scored. Thank God for that, man. Sorry to
No,
interrupt.
no, no, great interruption.
I've
But like
never
any
cheered
good,
a Fulham goal in my life, but I'll cheer it tonight, man.
yeah, clip that, guys. He's cheering the Fulham goal.
Yeah,
But like any
because
good
of
chess
Fulham
player,
fan.
like any good chess player, you're always thinking 2-3 moves ahead, 2-3 games ahead. So Cooper will be looking further down the line. But tomorrow, the pressure is on them. And what I would like to see, because I think they're expecting us to sit. We'll talk about more about formation and how we
Yeah.
anticipate the game. But they're going to expect us to sit back and soak up that first 20 minutes because the fans turn on them very quickly. But I think just go for the jugular because
I
everybody's
know, man.
go for it because we haven't done that. We're very rarely. I can't remember. I mean, we've only got 3 goals away from home anyway all season, but I can't remember when we've scored an early goal away from home. So if we can go for it and really set them back, that could massively change the game and could turn into a capitulation from them. I'd love to see more than 1 goal from us, but I'll take 1-0 right now. But
Mate,
yeah,
I'd take
I
it,
think
mate.
go for it, mate. Don't sit back. Don't wait for them.
But
Don't.
do you think, man, we
Yeah,
haven't
I
even
know.
done it at home, bro. Yeah.
Mm,
We haven't even done it at home where we've
mm,
taken the ball by the horns and pushed it forward. By the way, chat, you guys are sending so many. I'm reading them all. Keep them flowing. But I've
thank
also opened a Q&A so like we can segregate some questions because I want to get you guys involved in just a second. So get your questions in there. Andy, shut up, man. I've just turned 21 3 months ago, right? So I'm 21 and some change, right? Just let it go. Let it go.
Big change.
Yeah, that Fulham goal. Solomon, man. This Solomon, random
I know.
motherfucker, man. He's just
He's on a
banging them
hot
in.
streak, isn't he? We should be looking at him, I think. I've
Yeah.
not even heard of him before he came on and scored against
That's
us.
what I'm saying. Yeah, this first time I heard him mention, I thought it was Solomon Kalou for a minute. It's like, what the hell? But yeah, get those questions in. We got a couple in here. We got one from Sharky for you, Ez. Question to Ez: why are you so cool, young man? Hope you are well.
Well, bless you,
Sharky, you're
mate.
lucky I even read that one out. Yeah.
He's my biggest fan, isn't he? Bless you, mate. I do my best, man.
This is a really good question, and chat, I want you answering this question as well, right? What's your midfield 3 for tomorrow, assuming we play 3 there? That's from Frankie. That is a cracking question. It's a tough question. Who would you go with? Assume we go 4-3-3 or a false 9 or whatever.
Yeah.
Who are you putting in as?
I definitely want to start with Shelby again. I think he needs a bit more time with the team, and I think he might get surprisingly, I think he might get a bit more time and space tomorrow against West Ham's midfield than he did against Man City. He couldn't really tried to pick up the ball from deep, but really they pressed too high for him to be able to do that. But I think he'll get more of an opportunity to do that tomorrow, and that would be the biggest mistake I think West Ham can make, giving him time on the ball. So I'd love to see Shelby start. We saw, for all the haters and the doubters, we saw the difference that Freuler makes and what he does, but nobody notices or goes unnoticed. So I would stick with them two, and for me, it's a toss-up between, and I thought I'd never say this, but Colback and Danilo for that third place. I thought I'd never say that. But you know what? I've got to give Colback his dues.
He's been good, man, but he's not a 90-minute player. He's not a 90-minute player.
No, he's
For me.
not. No, he's not. So whether he's better starting and going off early or better coming on towards the later stage, but he really helped Danilo along as well. It's a lot that I saw off a ball with them two, and I know there's a massive language barrier. He's a Geordie as well, so I don't know what the fuck Danilo understood from his comment. But he was definitely in his ear. He was definitely guiding him along, and I thought he helped him massively in that game.
Bro,
But
there's
I-
some interesting combos coming in from the chat as well. Let's shout a few of them out. Richard saying Shelby, Freuler, and Danilo. That's what he would go with.
Yeah, and that's probably what I
Redim
play.
saying, will we get the 5 away goals we need to avoid the record? Yeah, Redim was telling me that. I didn't know
Well,
that was the thing.
I didn't think about that as well.
Sheep Shaggers have got the record. We need 5 more to is it to level it, Redim, or get past it? Phil saying Shelby, Colback, and Caps. All right, I saw it, Phil. I saw it. And Scarpa. That's an interesting one. That's an
Yeah, it is an
interesting one.
interesting one.
Jolly going Yatesy, Danilo, and Freuler. Chris going Shelby, Freuler, and Colback. He deserves it from his performance last week. You lot are too sentimental, man. Too sentimental. Steve saying West Ham sit back to learn how teams play, then try to adapt later. Early goal and they're screwed. Phil saying Freuler, Danilo, Shelby, Colback on after 60 minutes. Owen, he's close. I don't think he should be risked to start. I think he
I
may
was
make
going
the
to
squad.
ask that very question, so Owen's kind of like preempted it. But guys, if he's available, if he's fit and available, would you throw Yatesy straight in tomorrow? I'm tempted to myself, you know, if he is.
His kind of game, but I don't even know what the injury is. I don't believe all the BS that's been on social
There's a lot of
media.
rumours, isn't there? A lot of rumours going about, and it'll be actually because it's quite sensitive. It'll be actually be wrong of us to actually bring that up. So we're not going to go into those rumours because it's quite personal for him, and we wouldn't want to stoke any anything negative in that point of view.
But if he's in the squad, you have to assume he's fit enough to play. Therefore, I can see the argument for it. I just personally feel he's been out for what, about 4 or 5 weeks now? Has it been something like that? You know the thing with Yatesy that worries me. I remember in the pre-season where he got his injury, and then do you remember against Notts County he came on, and within 10 minutes he got injured. And I feel that's Yatesy for you. He will declare himself fit on one leg. You know what I mean? And like, I kind of feel that it's the medical team that needs to tell Cooper and advise him correctly how many minutes he's got in him, because maybe he needs a bit of match fitness or whatever. But you know, Yatesy's always going to say, "I'm up for it. I'm ready to fight." You know, I'd rather he didn't get injured over the sake of half a game or something. You know.
No, that's a great example that you brought up, because I was going to say exactly the issue that I have with when he's been out is Cooper's very quick to throw him straight back in, and as a starter as well. Very rarely does he come on after an injury as a sub, and he's not had very many sub appearances under Cooper, full stop, since Cooper's has been
just
in.
the Everton one this season, I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And he did make a difference in that game.
I thought I thought that was one of his best kind of 20-25 minutes, man. That Everton game.
Yeah, it was a game changer in that cameo appearance. Obviously, Gibbs White made his debut around about the same time as well in that game. And them two coming on definitely gave us the impetus to get a goal, which we should have held on to, as you know. But Yatesy's one of those that I think, if he's declared fit, then Cooper may throw him in.
So who are you dropping for Yatesy?
So
that's another tough question.
Yeah, so then I know the danger of this, it makes us look far too defensive.
That's the thing. Yeah,
it'd be Yatesy, Shelby in the holding, and then Freuler. But that for me is far too.
Where's the like box to boxer in that?
The transition player, as you pointed out with Danilo. If there was a transition player that runs with the ball, so if Yatesy does come back in, you'd have to look at not playing either Shelby or Freuler, and I can't see him dropping Freuler, so it'd probably be Danilo, Freuler, and Yatesy if Yatesy's in. But I don't know. The great thing about it is,
have we got that creative player who can play in midfield, who can transit? I mean, Danilo can do it to a certain extent. Yatesy's more a destructor, in my opinion, rather than a progressor.
And also another one who we were raving about earlier on in the season, and actually for me against Man City was a very good sub. Mangala did really well when he came on in that game again.
Wake Up's gone with that. He's got Mangala, Freuler, and Shelby as well. You know,
the great thing is that this headache is what Cooper's wanted all season.
He's needed it.
He needed it, and we've been light in that area, and I think now he's got options where and we've got maybe, and for first time in a while, we've been talking about how positive his substitutions have been. We haven't said that all season. We haven't said that all season, and he's making them at the right times, and he's making the right subs. So it's a headache for him, and we're debating it ourselves now, and not one of us has we haven't come up with a.
I don't think. Loads of us are coming up with different ideas, but I don't think really that I would say, "No, yours is wrong and mine is right," or So size is right and mine is wrong, or Ants is right, or whatever. Speaking of size, says mad how a stream starts and we all end up here. We're all a bit sad, but so love. Wait, we're all a bit sad, but so love. We're all looking forward to the FFTV Forest content. I still can't get over. I'm sure Ez can't, and the other boys that you guys sit there watching us chat shit about football that we don't know nothing about, you know. But joking aside, man, we love having you guys here, and this is what we love, is just to chat with you guys and see what's going on. There's loads of combos coming in, crazy amount of combos. Like I'll pick up a couple. Jan saying Shelby, Yates, and Danilo. Jolly's saying Yates will 100% give 100%, even though he's not match fit. Tricky Mickey saying rather have Yates for the Everton game at home. That's a fair point. I'd probably agree with that, to be honest.
Yeah, probably.
Michael's saying away wins good, but same as home goals, points we want. Yeah, but it's the whole 6-pointer thing, isn't it? It's the whole 6-pointer. Loads of comments coming in. Adam saying Shelby, Mangala, Yatesy. Wake Up saying should play Danilo at L Dub. He can't play L Dub, man. Sci-Fi saying Scarpa, MG Dub, and Jono up front with Lingard and Wood as subs. We'll talk about Lingardinho in a minute. Richard says if Yatesy plays, we need him to play in a 4-2-3-1, which then puts him under too much pressure. Interesting. Oh my god, I can't keep up. There's so many messages. Keep them coming in. I'm reading them all.
If you want to get them shouted out, just stick it in a super chat or a super
if someone comes up with something amazing that has to be read now, right here on the spot, chuck a quick 99p super chat in or something, and it will jump it up to the queue. Jolly Ollie's saying, you know more than me. I've been watching Forest since 1972. I don't know nothing, mate. All I know is how I feel, and how I feel is what I'll say. It'll be the same with Ez, even the same with Ant and everyone else. Sharky's gone for an interesting one. Gemma, McGovern, O'Neill, and Robber. I'll try to take that.
I'm not going to argue with that one.
Yeah,
that's top trumps, isn't it? That wins.
Exactly. Let's move on to another couple of the questions. Gigi says, what points total do you think will mean safety? We covered this in the prediction stream, whatever you want to call it. I think we're all in and around the same field, aren't we? As about somewhere between like 35 to 38, I think would be the magic mark. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think, anything above 35 points, 36 points, I think you'll be safe.
But what I will add to that is if we beat Everton and West Ham in these next two games, that's going to push the points tally down, man. You know what I mean? It's going to, I think it could go down to 35 potentially if we did that. So I knew that question would get him going. 38 says Phil, 38 says Richard. Nathan saying if Yates plays, we're in the Thames. And Wake Up saying, what's our best 11, bro? That's a whole stream in itself, man. That's a whole stream in itself. How long you got,
guys?
Yeah. Let's move on to the next
20 different formations between us, mate.
Bloody hell, man. In it just. Okay, firstly, Midas, thank you so much for becoming a Super Ed, you absolute legend. Guys, if you are a Super Ed and a member of the channel, you will see all the goals as they go in, be it Forest or be it, well, hopefully not West Ham, but we'll have them all for you on the watch along. And a huge shout out to Nottingham Rainforest for the 199. Make West Ham cry into pies with jellied eels. Oh, man, that's just nasty stuff.
Oh, it just sounds nasty. Has anybody tried jellied eels?
No.
Anybody in the chat who's tried jellied eels? And just to point out, the membership for Midas 20 was actually gifted by Owen182. So, Owen, you're a star,
you absolute legend, Owen. Midas, make sure you're thanking Owen, man. There it is, gifted. Thank you so much, Owen, man. Another round of applause there. A round of applause for flying in. We actually need, guys, members. This is a question for you. Of course, we're going to have some members stream next week as well. But we need 6 more, I think it's 6 or 7 more members to unlock the next emoji. And I don't know who you guys want. So I'll put up a post. You can put it in the chat now if you remember. Who do you want as the next emoji? I got a feeling most of you want Navas. But I'm just going on feeling. I don't know what you guys think, so let me know in the chat. Yes, I've had jellied eels. Absolutely. You know what it is?
A bet. Did you have it for a bet, Rich? Because why the hell would anybody want to even try that other than for a bet?
Oh God, man, it just sounds nice. You know what it is? It's like baked beans. Yeah, I hate baked beans. But if
Really?
you are seriously, I hate baked beans. I don't. If you ask me what they taste like, I don't know. Yeah, I just remember as a kid. Yeah, I remember not liking them, and I just don't know how they taste. And I just like got this block in my mind. I just
Are you telling me in your 21 years you haven't had baked beans since you were a kid?
I swear to God, man. I swear by God.
Really?
I swear to God. I think it's God bringing balance into the world, right? Because I don't like baked beans. I don't like any kind of like, green peas and all that crap, right? And I don't like chickpeas. I think it's God's way of balance because I can fart like a
Well, I
trooper
was
without
gonna
it in
say.
it. If you rocket fueled me with beans, it's God's way of making balance, man. But anyway, fun fact for you guys there. Phil says, does our debate about who starts just show how hard Cooper's job is to pick the best 11? Yeah, it does, Phil, but it's a good hard one. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
It's a headache, but it's a good hard one. Yeah, it's. I've never known a bad hard one, but yeah, no, it's a headache. But we've wanted him to have. I'm sure that he's wanted as well, and I'm seeing a lot more positivity in what he's saying. Oh, shout! Go on, I'll let you shout that one out, mate.
Wait, which one? Sorry, I missed.
Oh,
Oh,
a super chat from Ethan.
Ethan, you absolute legend with £2.10. Sorry for missing
Oh,
last week's party street. Ethan, you have nothing to apologise for, buddy, at all. And thank you so much for the
well,
£2. We
Ethan,
really do
hopefully there'll
appreciate
be another party stream this week. We made a party stream out of a draw last week, and the first question Wolverine asked was, "Can we count it as a win?" Technically, no, but
it. It
yeah,
was a
we'll
win, man. It was a
celebrate
win.
it like it was a win. It felt like a win, didn't it?
Sorry, Omar. I was battling you there. I didn't know what was going on. Ethan, thank you so much. You lot are way too generous. Yeah, well, look, no party stream on a draw tomorrow. It needs to be a win. It needs to be a win. Where's Adam Ant tonight? Bro, Martin, send out some love to
Yeah.
Adam Ant. He's left Forest fans. No, I'm joking. I've already done that joke.
Good for that.
He's sick. He's sick like a dog. And yeah, I spoke to him earlier on. He's still out cold. So send your love. Look, everyone go tweet Ant a nice message, yeah? At FFTV _Forest _Ant. It's such an annoyingly long name. But go tweet him some messages so when he gets up, because he's on a weird sleeping pattern as well. He's sleeping through the day with his sickness and then he's struggling at night. Leave him a nice message on Twitter. I'm sure Omar will chuck his Twitter handler in the chat for you guys.
Weird sleeping pattern, or he's a vampire. Let's break it to the rest of us.
Exactly. Kialis, how are you, buddy? So we're panicking because Serge is out for a month, even though we spent 17 million on Williams. This is easily our worst signing. We overpaid massively. I find that hard to argue, mate. I'll say it again.
Our worst signing, though. Would you go that far? I think I'm disappointed a little bit in him, but I don't want to put him as our worst signing. And I think he's actually getting better. I'm not panicking about Serge being out, and I know what they've said. I know that Cooper's said it, and I know the medical have come out and said it, but I don't believe him. I just don't believe him for some reason.
Look, what I'll say on Williams is I think he will come good, but I will say he hasn't been good this season. Not that he hasn't been good. Like compared to Aurier, there's no comparison. Yeah. My problem with Williams is his lack of physicality in the back. He gets over pushed on balls quite easily, and his shooting is atrocious, man. It really is. It really is.
Considering the positions he's picked up this season, especially early on in the season where he was getting forward, he was one of our most attacking players, especially down that right-hand side. And the amount of chances he just didn't take advantage of. So there's a lot of things that he needs to improve on, but we've got to give him a bit more time, I think, and I think he will be one that will show his value.
It'll be good next season. It'll be good next season, I think.
I agree.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think we'll see a lot of improvement in a lot of our players. I'm confident we'll be in this division, and we'll see progress from our young
tomorrow,
players.
bro. It's all on tomorrow. Quick shout out to Mark, man. Thank you so much for the two. Go well soon, Forest Dan. He will be watching the stream at some point. Forest Dan, we'll send you that £2. You can buy yourself some Calpol with it, bro. with love and regards from Mark there. So thank you so much, Mark. Really do appreciate it. And Raz is saying, Wolverine, you look like Eminem. Hi, my name is. You're
Eminem's not
gonna
an
lose
Arab.
yourself, Razza, man, with them kind of comments. Get well soon, as far as that. Trust me, guys. Put some messages in here. You know, Ant is like a freaking Hitler-style
Yeah, just
Nazi with message. He'll read
spam his
every
emoji,
message.
and it might make him feel better. In fact, you'll probably cream if you do it. Just spam his emoji for the next couple of minutes.
Love Forest Ant, such an FFTV star, but he's difficult chap to have a debate with. Bro, he's a difficult chap to be around, not debate with.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, Sharky, I did see that. Lingard shooting in training. Like, I thought it was photoshopped or something. And it was so clean in there. Okay, let's move on to the next chat question. We've got so much to cover off, and you guys are a distraction. You keep moving us into different directions. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to combine Michael and Sharky's question in one. I'll read them both out. Michael Dixon says, I say sign Henderson. Do you think he's better than Navas in the long term? He says he does. Sharky says Navas or Henderson for the rest of the season. I vote Navas can't be dropped. Oof. Ez, I'm going to put a poll on.
Okay.
I'm going to put a poll on. We've done this poll so many times. It depends what time of day it is. It depends who's in the crowd or not.
Exactly. We've seen a lot of difference in it. That's the funny thing about it. The flip
and it also depends on how I phrase the question. Yeah. It also depends. So I'm going to go with who would you play, assuming both are fit, guys in the chat, right? Assuming both are fit, who would you play? Ez, start us off.
For me, the incumbent keeps his shirt unless he makes a mistake. There's no reason to drop Navas.
You're gonna disagree, Darren Fletcher. No, yeah, you're gonna disagree, Darren Fletcher, mate.
Oh, mate, yeah. I'm sure he'll call me out for it or call one of us out for it. But yeah, I'm disagreeing with Fletch on this one. I'm gonna stick with Navas.
Are you legally allowed to disagree with Darren Fletcher on Forest?
And you probably get called out for it, but I'm saying what I need to say, mate. We can't all be holive and vow and make an opinion that nobody else can oppose. So yeah, if he wants to make another opinion that is like I said, the only thing annoys I love Dan Fletcher. You know, I grew up listening to him, but sometimes when he makes his opinion heard, it's like nobody else's opinion matters, and he's right and everybody else is wrong. But yeah, I respect what he has to say, but I'm going to go against him on this one, mate. For me, I'm going to leave it with Navas and then wait till he goes on international duty and then bring Hendo back in.
Fletcher supports Man U more than Forest. How long is Henderson out for? Sims, it depends on the medical stuff, man. It depends on the medical stuff. He's meant to be back in a couple of weeks. That's the best I can offer you right now. Sci-Fi Monkey is with Ez on this one. Ethan got a selfie of Forest Ant versus Man City. I know were you in the vlog as well, Ethan? I think you were, weren't you? Oh, was that the one?
Ethan, I don't think Ethan was on the vlog, but
okay.
Yeah, he got the photo.
Yeah, but Ethan, right? I wish you hadn't. Because he called me that evening saying, mate, I'm like fucking A-list now, mate. People weren't coming up to me. Ethan came up to me and wanted a picture with me.
He loved it, but yeah, stroke his ego.
He didn't really say that, but he was really chuffed that people wanted pictures of him. Wait, back to this debate, right? I will say my answer to the question is I don't care. Honestly, I don't care who's in goal. I really couldn't give a damn. I think they're both quality keepers.
Yeah.
I get the argument about Navas carrying on because he's in a rhythm, etc. Yeah. I also love that Navas, Felipe, and Lodi have got that La Liga, can't get my leagues right, connection. You know, they kind of know each other's games, so that's a plus for me. I don't think the goalkeeping situation is a problem. I think the centre-back situation is a problem, man. I still want Niakate back in, and my worry is, will Niakate get a chance to be chucked straight back into the team? Because I would. But look, if you have a gun to my head, I hate to say it. Maybe because I'm scared of Fletch or something. I don't know. I would put Hendo back in. And for
Okay.
no other reason than I'm looking forward. And my forward thinking is Hendo gets to run in the team. We'll buy him in the summer. Everyone's happy.
Mm,
I don't see Navas staying next season. I
mm,
don't. I think he's
yeah.
got 6 to 12 months left on his contract. His wages are just ridiculous.
Mm.
I don't know, man. But
Yeah, because you said there
I've
was two
never been
questions.
more on the fence. I don't care. It's not even I'm on the fence. I don't
Yeah.
care is my answer. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's like I say, yeah, like you said, there was two questions there. So on the first one, well, on the second one, on Sharky's one, in terms of form, I'd probably stick with Navas for now. But the longer term picture, yeah, I'd go all out to buy Dino in the summer. If we, even if we can get both goalkeepers, for me, Dino has to be our number one target in the summer. No doubt about it. You know, we'll
It's
need
interesting.
strikers,
You know,
need other players, but Dean Henderson has to be our number one target in the summer.
I've heard reports today that Spurs are interested in him.
Yeah, well, that could
You know what
be.
I'm saying? And it is that thing that Hendo will be wanted in the summer. The problem, I guess, the other argument back is playing Hendo as the number one choice potentially puts his value up. You know what I mean? It's like
Mhm.
this is why I was so pissed off that when we got him, we didn't have a loan to buy option on it
Yeah,
because it
yeah,
fixes the price. Whereas imagine he comes back and let's just say, for argument's
Mm.
sake, Navas gets dropped for Hendo, yeah?
yeah,
And Hendo just has worldie after worldie after
Mm.
worldie till the end of the season. We ain't
yeah.
gonna pick him up for 20 mil, you know? That's my worry with it.
And obviously, with his interview early on in the season, he was kind of preempting his move away from Man U
Mm,
for
mm.
the long term. I think if you saw what Ten Heisenberg's done with them this season, he probably wouldn't have said the same thing. Probably would have wanted to be part of a project. I don't
Yeah,
think he will be now. Kind of wish that he'd said it before the deal was struck with Forest, and they may have either sold him to
yeah,
us
yeah,
or
yeah.
put that clause in. But he said it afterwards, and obviously couldn't affect the deal that was already in place. But I say go all out, and that's probably the only reason why you would put him in. You would drop Navas to bring Hendo in to show him that love, to show him how much we're committed to him, to try and get that deal over the line. But you're right, when someone like Tottenham comes into it, it really does
Do
throw
you think
us.
he'd go to Spurs over Forest?
Kind of Ant touched on it last time. He says, look at their stadium, look at where they are, look at the European football that we're potentially going to be playing next season. What would you do? What would you do if you were a young player?
I mean, I wouldn't play for Spurs because I can't
No, I
stand them,
wouldn't.
but
It's happening.
he's
No,
got no beef with them, has he?
no, exactly.
Uh,
I've got beef with them
you
as
know
well.
what?
But yeah,
Phil makes a cracking point. We should have bought Livakovic. I don't.
it,
The thing is, Navas has been so good that it's made me forget about Livakovic. To be
did he go
honest,
anywhere? Did
no,
anyone
I
sign
don't
him?
think he did.
No, he didn't, did he? So
I
he's
don't think he
still
did.
potentially there in the summer. Another a backup option to Hendo maybe. But bringing him in would have just. I think it would have upset the apple cart too much, to be
Hmm.
honest. I think Navas was the best possible deal we could have got at the time. Obviously, with PSG chipping in with a fair percentage of his wages as
Yeah.
well. But how can we be down about that? We've got one of the best goalkeepers in the world, like I've said before, playing for
Bro,
us.
we've
And
also got a gangster in the chat. I don't know who this is.
who's
Shut
this?
your mouth, you pussy. You want to fight? Let's go. Little keyboard
Okay,
warrior in the house,
the
ladies
keyboard
and
warrior.
gents.
Welcome.
Gangster Mark W, man. Bring in the dubs in, man.
I wonder
You
what the
want to
W
go?
stands
Let's go, Mark. Let's go. Let's do it.
for. What does the W stand for? Wanker.
Wanker. All right, the chat is saying is, 80% are going Navas,
Mm.
20% are going Hendo. Ooh, Fletcher would have a
Honestly,
field day with you lot, mate. An
yeah,
absolute field day. You would get a
properly.
telling off. You'd get a telling off.
But it's a great headache to have. There's a great headache to have. But I say with a proviso of if it helps us secure his signature or make him realize where he wants to be, then you kind of then you would drop Navas and bring Hendo back in. But either one of them, like you said, mate, I've got no worries about the
Yeah,
goalkeeping
yeah.
side of it. I'd be happy with either one of them and not have any worry about that, whichever one comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the next question. We'll be prioritizing member questions in the Q&A. There's loads in here. So next one in here is Simon F. He's saying, "What?" I haven't read it yet. Let's see. I trust Simon F. put a good question. And
Mm.
what percentage likelihood did you have at the beginning of the season that would stay up, and what is it today? 100% for first answer, not allowed. Bro, I said we would finish fourth, yeah?
So yeah.
As famously clipped and memed and what have you, yeah? So there's your answer for what I said at the beginning of the season. It dropped heavily after the Leicester game, yeah, to the stage where I wanted Cooper out, I wanted Cook out, I wanted everyone out, yeah, and just put me and Ez in charge, right? Then
That's how desperate you got, yeah.
mate, and then yeah, World Cup came and went. Oh my God, man! Fulham nearly scored, man. They got 8 minutes injury time. What the hell? I would say I then started to have a couple of worries quite recently. After the Fulham match, basically every time we lose, I panic. It's probably the easiest thing to say. That's where I am with it. So I don't know. Like I've never thought we would go down. I don't think any of us have ever said we're going down at all
No,
any point during the season.
no.
But I will say this West Ham game, if we win it, we're done. We're safe, and we will finish fourth. It's still mathematically possible, man. So that's where I am, man. I don't know, Ez, where were you at the start of the season? You were like 13th or something, man.
Yeah, 12th I went with, and I'm 12th I'm sticking with. After everything, after all the predictions I've made and how the season's gone up and down. And this was before we signed anyone.
Yeah.
I was confident that we were coming into it with one, a really good manager, and with a will to succeed this time. And I said it was like, and then when we started signing players, and I alluded to Wolverine about this before we came on live, that the last few times we got promoted, and unfortunately I've lived long enough to see it through the 90s. We came in with no money, selling our best players, and not making any impression on the league whatsoever. It was the last time we were in the Premier League, 1999, was one of the worst seasons in my life.
But
Even
we agree.
probably,
We were talking about it just before we came out. I don't know why. We were just randomly
yeah, I
talking
don't
about it.
know got into
But
it,
it was
but
that Kev Campbell sale that ruined
yes,
us. It
yeah,
ruined us, man. Because then
absolutely,
Van Hooijdonk went on strike, and then that just. I even remember Steve Stone. I think it was Steve Stone did an interview, a couple of years after that, where he said, "I'm telling you, we had a team going up
yeah,
into that Premier League, and we weren't just gonna, be fighting off relegation. It was a team,
yeah.
and that just hurt me more. I remember when I heard that, man. Uh, cheers, legends. Have a good one, man. So yeah, it's tough to see, but I just think, look, what I gotta say about the season so far is, I'm happy with where we are. Ask me again tomorrow at 5, it might be different. Yeah. What I'm not happy with, and I know people will say we've just got back into the Premier League, blah blah. It's the style of football, man. It's the I'm watching Wolves against Fulham here. I kind of got a quarter of an eye on it. Yeah. We're not playing like that, man. People are going to say, well, Wolves are an established team, blah, blah, blah. Fulham aren't. Fulham are a yo-yo club. This is the first time they're not going to yo-yo, yeah? But every team, even boring mouth, I've seen some games where, like the one against Newcastle, I know Newcastle are out of form, where you're just like, we have that within us and better. That's my frustration, is I look at the squad, I look at, Cooper last season, yeah, or when he played front foot football, yeah? I look at these things and I just think to myself, if we ever let go of that handbrake, I reckon we could pace the team, man. Yeah. And then I know people are going to be like, yo, man, remember at the start of the season when we went, that's different. We were playing a
yeah.
back three. We were playing with only two in the middle, all this kind of crap. Yeah, it's different, man. And we were
Yeah.
playing with Cook, Worrell and McKenna, talk about your slow back three. Things are different now. People are holding on to that memory so tightly.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, let's just go attacking a little bit against the shitter, like West Ham. We should, as we can, just go out there and play them off the park tomorrow. You saw the goal against Man City, man. Sorry, I went on a mini rant.
No, I'll let you go on it. You're right. We've got the players, and we've got the mentality, and we've got the got the ability to do that again to another team and to a team. If we can do it to Man City, we can do it to any team in the league. You know, we made them. They were chasing shadows, and I know we didn't. It's been a gripe of a lot of the Forest fans this past week, but how we didn't get the credit from the match of the day and from other channels on how many passes and how that movement took place. But we can do it. We clearly can do it. And you're right. I've got this feeling about him not quite taking the handbrake off. And he's not going to do... I'd like to see it tomorrow. I really would. Because I don't think they'll be expecting it. They do get a big crowd in there, but because of the way the stadium's set up, it's not a loud crowd, but they do get on their backs. They've been massively on their back. The majority of them, I would say 90% want Moyes out. And they'd sack Moyes tomorrow.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Some of them want a negative result, so Moyes goes, you know, and they don't even think a 1-0 win is good enough for him to stay in a job. So there's a lot of angst in that.
I'm just sorry to cut you off, but I told you the comments would come. We tried to play like that, we got panned. That was with Cook, Worrell, and freaking McKenna as the back three in the Premier League. That wasn't playing the correct formation or anything like that. Yeah, no. There's a few other comments saying it as well. I can't bother to scroll back up. It's because defense is garbage and still is. Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. I would say wait till Niakate comes back in, and then Tonkum. Someone else here said, Sci-Fi said 35 points and take the handbrake off. Not till then. Yeah, but you could slow bleed yourself into, you know, not getting to the 35 points. Yeah. And I agree. Let's score first tomorrow. Yeah. But yeah, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one.
It's a tough one, but
I'm just gonna turn the heating down. I'll be back
go for it. But guys, I genuinely think that if the pressure is definitely on them, if you listen to David Moyes' press conference pre-game for tomorrow, a lot of it, what the fan bases are saying, they've put tomorrow down as the most important game of the season so far. So that's the pressure on them. I don't think we have to look at it in that way. So I think we can take advantage of the pressure that they've put themselves under. If we get 3 points tomorrow, and we're talking about 35 being a safety net, then we need 7 points from our last 14 games. I think that leaves us with. It does take a lot of pressure off us, and it'll take a lot of pressure, I think, off the players as well psychologically. And I think that then you will start seeing the football that we're desperate to see, because we have got the players. We do need certain players back in certain positions, and Niakate for me is key. Niakate and Felipe in that back four. What more do you need to say? That's the foundation and the base that we need to be the attacking team that I think we're more than capable of being. But you're right, Cooper's playing at KG at the moment. He's doing what he needs to get us over the line, and that has got to be our first target. So going back also to the question about how confident we were of staying up, I think every single one of the fans in the chat will say that they were confident we would stay up this season. How we get there and how we get what points we finish on and what position we finish in is variant through probably every single member in here. But
I'd say most people turned around. It was Leicester, that Leicester Villa Wolves patch of games, man, where it was getting ugly. What was it, 6-7 losses in a row? Cooper was looking clueless, man. I'll say it straight. And it was like, he looked defeatist as well, you know, and it's like, it needed a reset. It's been an ugly reset. I mean, Spacebar said it so many times. Spacebar's in here as well. And so have like Twists and players, you know, everyone banters me about how bad we play in terms of a spectacle. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if it gets results, you don't care. It's when you play, you know, unattractive football and you don't get the results. That's the combo. That's the combo that doesn't work, you know?
And guys, if you just go back 6 months and watch our videos, that was our main gripe. That, okay, we're losing, but we're playing shit and we're losing, and I can't take that. I'd rather try and lose, try in the game and lose a 3-2 because we were competitive. But you can't use that example again. If you look at Bournemouth, we went 2-0 up and we just sat back and we let them run the game. And that's not the way. I won't accept that. And that's what we were upset about. But we're looking at these players and we're looking at the same players 6 months on. And nobody can say we haven't seen improvement in all of them. Bar Cook, we've seen improvement in probably in every player in our squad. He's not in our squad anymore, and I don't think I've not heard any more. In fact, just on a
It's dragged
tangent,
on.
it's
Yeah.
just been dragged on, isn't it? I
The
don't
the
understand.
appeal's
I mean,
in, but Forest haven't heard back from the FA or whoever deals with
yeah,
it. So I don't think it's gonna go through by the sounds of it. It's weird, man. It's
it's a
weird.
weird one because it is a precedent, and if there's a precedent, there's no reason for them to turn it down,
Yeah.
because they'll be obviously showing medical records and this, that, and the other to back up our appeal. But it's a bit strange that it's been dragging on. I think there might be a Forest FFTV fan in FA committee trying to not let this deal
I've
go
slipped him
through.
a
But
few tenors, man. I've
yeah,
slipped him a few tenors.
that
All
might
right,
be it.
let's do a couple more questions. Let's pick on some of the member questions as well. Sharky saying, "Can Ant lend me a tenner?" Mate, if you can get Ant out of bed, good luck to you and getting that tenner. Chapo, it's good to see you, but I haven't seen you for a couple of days. Hope you're well. He'd be getting ready for final. Been a long time. Phil saying, how many of the current squad would make it into your all-time Forest Prem 11? In a nutshell, none for
None.
me.
I think we had this question last
Yeah,
time, didn't we? And we all
yeah.
resoundingly says
And
no
I'm only
one.
21.
No one's close.
James saying out if the possible out of, I think he means the possible bottom three. Which players would you like Forest to see Forest buy? Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. So who is it? West Ham, boring? No, it's not boring.
There's
It's
only one
Leeds.
that shouts out at me. It's James Ward-Prowse.
I
That's the
got
only
three,
player.
man.
Have you?
So
Go
you
on then.
got West Ham, Leeds, and Southampton to pick from.
Yeah.
Chat. Who would you pick? Who would you pick in this one? Zero or Zorro, says Phil. I got three, man. That's three I'd
Go on.
take.
Go on. Probably,
Ward-Prowse I'm on the fence about. I don't know what else he
really?
offers apart from a free kick, to be honest.
But
Maybe I'm
that's
being
it.
harsh on him. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, maybe you are being harsh on him, but I think that is something that we don't have right now. So, or maybe if they let Scarpa take a few more, we might see a
Yeah,
couple
that's
of
true.
goals.
That's true.
His
And what
record,
we're
his
all saying
record
is
is
Ant been in to
impeccable.
see the Forest medical team. I hope not. We want him back here, man. I would say my number one choice is exactly what Mark says. Nanto.
Yeah, that was the other
Hey,
one.
Nanto one, I can't believe they picked him up for 4 mil. Absolute bargain, yeah.
Mm,
I'd
mm.
get him. And then the
Is he
other one I'd
Italian?
get.
Is he
Yeah, he's
Italian?
Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one I'd get 1,000,000% is Paqueta from West Ham.
Mm,
He is just pure class, man.
yeah.
He must be thinking, what is he doing playing there? Yeah, Kay's agreeing with Nanto as well. Outside of that, there's no one. There's not.
Mm,
I mean, if you look at the teams below us, Ez, if you put like Leicester, Wolves, Everton, Bournemouth into that as well, is there any
yeah.
players you take from them as well?
I can't think of a single Everton player that I like. Only one really at Leicester,
Madison.
which obviously is
Yeah.
Madison. And who are the other teams below us?
Wolves and
Wolves.
Bournemouth.
Well, I can't say anyone from Bournemouth at all. And from Wolves have got a few, aren't they? Ruben
Yeah.
Neves would probably be top
I'll
of that
take
list.
Neves tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's many teams in Europe, bigger teams than us. Well, there's not many bigger teams than us, but one or two, they might want him this summer.
Yeah.
I can't see him being there next season. Let's put it that way.
Kay's right. There's a few from Wolves I'd take.
Mm.
I've gone blank on them now.
I've gone blank.
I'd take. I don't mind
Podence.
Podence is
Yeah.
decent, and I like Cunha. Once he settles in, I think he's a good player as well. The
Yeah,
chap they
Cunha,
bought
yeah.
from Atleti.
Yeah,
So I
yes.
think he's decent. So I would take a couple. Interesting one here by 1865 Red. Ghana from Everton. I don't know. I think the Ghana ship sailed, man.
I think it has, unfortunately. I think we've got better players now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Carlos, that's Nanto.
let's just compare his passing to someone like Shelvey. Shelvey is
Night and
better.
day. It's night and
Yeah.
day, yeah. The other one that's interesting is what Owen says here about Billing from Boringmouth. Do you know what? I'd take him just so I could bench
Just
him.
Yeah, just so he doesn't score against
Yeah.
us, because he's
Yeah.
him
He
and
pisses me off.
Anthony, Jaden Anthony, who plays
Yeah,
for them
yeah,
too. Bloody hell, we only seem to turn up when we play them.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Mark, you're getting boring now. Chapo saying Ward-Prowse, Billing, and Tarkovsky as well. Maybe Ghana back. but would he probably not play? It's an interesting question. You got more going here. Who asked this one? Who asked this one? It was James. James has always got an interesting question in him. I gotta shout this one out. Nottingham Rainforest says, "Is Cooper better looking than Moyes?" I mean, he's less wrinkly, that's for sure. Moyes looks like a rhino's ass, as I said to Lawless yesterday. Mate, seriously, man, just put an eye into his face or something. It's just horrific.
Use some moisturizer, seriously, mate. How do you think me and
Why didn't we look 21 still, mate?
No one will guess my age. I'm not bigging myself up, but I don't think anyone would actually guess my age. Although they might work it out from clues that I've given on in terms of how long I've been supporting Forest. But I don't think I look my age, mate.
All right, let's get some of these. Oh my God! Acid Burnout says, "Would you swap Bong for Loddy?" Does that even warrant an answer?
That's rhetorical, mate.
Wait, what kind of bong are you talking about? Is that be the question?
Yeah, ask me again. No, it's all right. Go on.
All right, and then 1865 Red says, "If we don't beat West Ham, who do we expect to beat away?" Liverpool, according to Ez.
Liverpool. Yeah.
Yo, Chelsea as well, yeah?
I think I put tomorrow down as a draw on my predictions earlier on, but yeah. And I put Liverpool down as our only away win for the rest of the season. But I think tomorrow we've got to go into it thinking that we can win and not go into it trying to get a draw, because they've put, I keep saying, they've put so much pressure on themselves, so we can take advantage of it, I believe, and have actually go in there. I think we're probably going in there as favourites tomorrow, to an extent. Maybe.
You think so? Does anyone know what the odds are? Does anyone know what the odds are?
I'd be interested to know. Much between us or West Ham winning that. Probably the draw is the favourite.
Draw, yeah. I'd say that. Just a quickie, there's 200 of you in here. 99 likes. Who's going to be our 100th like? Please hit that like button, you lazy gits.
Come on, get to 150 before we leave, guys.
Let's get to 150. Rhino's ass, love it. Says Nottingham Rainforest. All right, next question. From Denia Dude says, "Which ex-Forest player would you like to play for the team now?" Ooh, interesting.
There's only one. There's only one for me, mate. It was probably it's got to be a striker for a start.
Well, you'd go striker.
It's got to be a striker for me.
What are you thinking?
It's got to be Stunner, man, hasn't it? There's nobody else.
Nah, man. I think he means ex-Forest player, like playing currently. Is that what you mean, Dina? Just clarify. Or have I got it wrong?
No, I think you've got it wrong, mate.
I've got it wrong, okay.
It's got to be Stan. It's got to be Stan, or you might say Van Hooijdonk. But it's got to be Stan for me, mate.
Everyone's being polite, reckon Ez is 38.
Oh, bless you.
Wait, what was everyone saying? What age did they give? I can't see any ages.
I haven't seen any more ages in there.
You giving him 38, he'll take that.
I'll take 38.
I would say, look, if that's... You know what? I'd put Brian Roy back in, man. I just love Brian Roy. Just because everyone will say Collymore, yeah, just to spice it up. I still love Van Hooijdonk as well, man. I still love Van Hooijdonk. There you go. There's the odds. Thanks, Chris. West Ham are 3-4. Forest are 4-1.
Oh, really?
Bloody hell, man.
You know what? That could be.
Ez, you can do that kind of math. So how favourite are they over us?
Well, they're firm. They're odds-on favourites to win. I don't see how they're seeing that. Their home record hasn't been spectacular, has it? They've got a couple of draws, but they've got draws against teams that even we got a draw against. Chelsea and Man City, didn't they? Yeah. So we even managed draws against them at home. So I don't know how they make them so overriding favourites, odds-on favourites. So yeah,
crazy.
I don't see that, mate.
There you go, Sims 42. Immortal Wolf saying 57.
Yeah.
.nfc says, "Do you think Omar Richards has much of a future at Forest considering Loddy's great form and his injuries?" I don't know, bro. He needs to grow a new leg. That's the first thing for me. He's still injured. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I think he'll be I think what will happen is Tuffalo will go in the summer potentially, and then Omar will be the backup to Loddy if we sign Loddy. That's how I read it. I don't know. Do you think Tuffalo would still be ahead of him, Ez?
Well, we've got the option on buying Loddy, haven't we, in the summer?
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, and I think we'll exercise that and bring him in because I think he's settled now, especially with Brazilian
Felipe. Yep.
squad we've built around him. But Toffolo actually did really well on against Man City when he came on, and he played a vital part in terms of positioning, which somebody on Twitter, and I forget the guy's name, but it is worth a shout out. He did a really good breakdown, similar to what you did as well. But I had a look
I
at
know
what,
who you're talking about. He's quality. Yeah.
yeah,
Chris is.
and
Chris,
yeah, I had a look at what Toffolo's impact was in terms of pinning. Was it what was it right back? I forget his name now.
Walker.
Walker, pinning Walker back and allowing us to make that move and get further up the field. Toffolo does do that, and it was one of the things I loved about him last season, the way he gets forward. And we haven't been able, because we haven't played that way, we haven't been
That's
able
the
to.
thing. Yeah. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
so we haven't been able to get the best out of those players because he did it early in the season. The goal against West Ham, I think it was, he helped set up
Yeah.
because of his run across the box. Similarly against Everton in the next game after that. So he did play his part. Bless you, Mark.
I was just gonna say, man, there's no way Mark does not look 43, man. I mean, he's way older than me. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, oh no, Mark's looking well for his age, mate. Yeah, shut up, Andy. I don't like when they're too close. Shut up, stop. But you mentioned it was. But yeah, these players. Well, I don't know how Omar Richards gets back in. You know, I think he's more likely to struggle than Toffolo, to be honest. Although Toffolo had a move away, kind of like in place, and I'm glad we pulled out of that one. Was against Anderlecht, wasn't it? And that appeal never went through either, did it? Because they appealed that went
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
as far as
Yeah, but we
UEFA.
pulled out of that one. We pulled
Yeah,
out of that one.
we put that. I think we were trolling them, to be fair.
We did troll them nicely, man.
It will be hard for him. You know, we've not seen anything of Richards. We've not seen him at all, and that's the biggest disappointment I think for Forest fans. But if he wasn't going to play a part, we had to make that decision in January, didn't they? If he was only going to get back for the last half a dozen games of the season, it's not worth putting him in the squad. Which I think is the rumor that I heard that he wouldn't have been fit till then. So why are you gonna, you're gonna take up a space in the squad, and that's kind of like why we had to bring Toffolo back in. But
Bro, how
Toffolo's
many
okay, man.
defenders have we got? Like, including left and right backs that are fit.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
If you look at it, we got Lodi, Worrell, Felipe, Williams.
mm.
Then who? I'm going blank. Have we
Right.
got
Okay. I mean,
Buffalo?
if,
Buffalo would be the other one. That's
yeah.
five. Guys, who are
But
we missing?
if we're looking, then you've got. Oh, did you put Williams in there?
I got Williams in there, yeah.
Yeah, Felipe, Niakate, Bolly.
Bolly's injured.
Okay.
I'm talking fit. I'm talking fit, man.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking
Yeah, yeah. Well, fit ones. Yeah, absolutely. We're absolutely down
including
to
left
the
and
bare
right
bones.
backs. Are we down to five? Have I missed
Yeah,
someone?
yeah. We're down to
Yeah,
the bare bones.
no, I'm talking about fit. I'm talking about
Yeah,
fit.
yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, because you can't
So
have.
if we get our obligatory injury per match
Yeah,
tomorrow,
to a
we
defender.
literally are. I feel like I'm missing someone, man. I think that's it, isn't it?
So go back over that list again. So Williams, Worrell, Felipe,
Felipe,
Lodi, and who's the other one?
Toffolo,
And
Toffolo.
Toffolo. Yeah, we have a five. We have a five.
Mate, in a good way, it's a good thing we trolled Anderlecht, man. So we wouldn't have even fielded a sub. I'm not gonna say the word Barde because I know you lot in the chat will get annoyed at me. Well, Spacebar beat me to it. Yeah, Colback can play left back, I know, but I'm talking like orthodox
Yeah,
players. And I
yeah.
know as well, someone just mentioned that Yatesy can play centre back. I don't mind Yatesy as a centre back, you know. I don't mind. I just think it could work, but I don't know.
It could work.
D Chapper saying praying Williams on Worrell and Worrell, sorry, on game. Gonna have to be West Ham going for them. Yeah, that side does worry me. That really does. Ez, when we started, we were like, yeah, we'll just do a quick hour, catch up with
Yeah,
the
no,
boys
just
and
have
girls
another
in the
one.
chat. I've just looked at the time. I've done a poll in the chat, guys and girls. Who wins tomorrow? You guys seem very confident. I don't know if you got a couple of pairs of Forest goggles on, but 72% are saying Forest, 5% saying West Ham, and 23% saying the draw. Call it as.
I am going to be confident, mate, but I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for us tomorrow. We're going to come away with the 3 points and put them in the mire that they I think they deserve to be in. What are you going to say? You're not going to sit on the fence on this one, are you, mate?
I'll be straight with you,
I
right?
think
I
you are.
predicted Fulham and Wolves to draw 1-1 on the Predictor League. So that's 3 points in the bag for me, yeah. I did put down a 1-1 draw on the Predictor League.
Did you? Okay. You gonna stick with it?
I can't now because I've beefed up so much with Lawless and Mickey.
Yes.
I've got to go for the win,
So you
man.
got to go for like a 5-0 win or something like that.
I gotta go for the win. I really want more than anything the win. Not because the banter with Lawless and that, because 8 points suddenly feels like wow.
Yeah.
But every time, what's reminded me a bit of Bournemouth last season. I remember when we were in the build up to that game. I'm there thinking, if we beat them, we're in second place and we're going up. That's it. It's done. It's always, so many times in my 21 years of being on this planet and supporting Forest, right? That there's always been that crunch game. Do you know what I mean? Where there's been those key ones where you're like, if we win this one, this changes everything. And we always fuck it up.
I know.
That's my worry.
More than anything, in our last 23 years, that has been we've been more Spursy than Spurs, as I've mentioned before. But I saw that change last season more than anything, and I'm still going with that on the buzz of last season and the buzz on the way we are now under Cooper. I think a lot of those times I'm more confident than I've ever been. But I'm right with you there, because that's the thing, that kind of things that goes through my head, that when we're in these positions we kind of fuck up. But I've been more confident than I've ever been.
I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. I'm not nervous that it's West. You know what? If this was City Ground tomorrow, I'd be like, yeah, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. But our away form is shit. Look, I'm not gonna put a downer on it. I still think we can win it. Yeah. I'm just nervous. My legs are shaking and everything. I'm gonna go 1-0 Forest. Screw the Predictor League. Screw the Predictor. I'm going 1-0 Forest. I'm going to stick with my original prediction. 1-0 Forest, Felipe to score from a corner. That man bun is going to jump up like a salmon and just power it home. 1-0 Forest. 1-0 Forest.
And my man Crush on him is going to go up another level.
Mate, I'll go all wood on him. I really will. Seriously. He's a specimen of a man, that guy.
Right, let's end the stream.
So needed this tonight. Thanks as a Wolverine, and get well. And well, thank you guys for being here. It's so much fun just chatting with you.
Likes before we go? Did we get to 150?
We're at 114, so well done to you guys in the chat. All right, just a quick reminder of what's coming up. We've got over 200 of you in here. Please keep hitting that like. Tomorrow, watch along at 2:30. We'll build up. We'll have a look at the team news. There's some new upgrades on the stream. They're only subtle ones, but let me know if you notice them and if you enjoy them on the watch along as well. We'll follow that with the player ratings. Yeah, this is your last chance, non-members, to stop being all trolly with your ratings. Otherwise, we will be switching it to members only. So you have been warned. Yeah, we brought you back into the fold, but our members are special, and we will treat them with that little more respect. Yeah, if you guys troll tomorrow, so you've been warned publicly, live on air. I've got 200 witnesses plus Ez. If we win, we'll probably do a party stream tomorrow night. When we win, we'll do a party stream. If not, if it's a draw, then we'll probably do it on Sunday. So, guys, sleep well. Shit, I'm nervous now, man. Sleep well, and we will see you tomorrow, 2:30 sharp. Don't miss it for the watch along. Remember, members, you'll see all the goals as they go in as ever. Come on, you Reds.
You Reds.